Welcome to Arsenal Report, your daily source for all things Arsenal FC. From match updates and transfer talk to behind-the-scenes stories, we've got it all. If you're a true gunner, this is your home. Hit subscribe and join the pride. Victory through harmony. Let's get started. Put a cork in it at Anfield and stick that champagne back in the fridge. One man's Bollinger is another man's Prosecco, but Liverpool's party will have to wait until Sunday. Careless Arsenal just about extended the title race another 4 days, but it's all over bar the sausage rolls and vol au vents. With Liverpool players watching on TV at their Kirkby training ground, ready to break open the bubbly, the Gunners kept the party streamers on standby. Arne Slot's champions in waiting came close to clinching the Holy Grail without kicking a ball, but now it falls to Tottenham to be the party stooges this weekend. Pegged back by Palace substitute Jean-Philippe Mateta's late equaliser, ultimately the Gunners were grateful to escape with a point and no new injury concerns ahead of their Champions League moment of truth against Paris Saint-Germain next Tuesday. Keeping your powder dry was once the preserve of bonfire night technicians trying to stop the rain from making the blue touch paper soggy at the village firework display. And nobody was expecting firecrackers or mortar shells when Arsenal had their biggest game of the season on the near horizon. So it was a major surprise, not least to the latecomers who missed it, that the Gunners went in front inside 3 minutes from a familiar provenance, the good old set piece. Apart from Declan Rice bending it like Beckham against Real Madrid, Arsenal's favourite source of goals had gone quiet of late. But when Martin Odegaard swung a free kick to the near post, Jakub Kiwior was hopelessly unmarked to plant a firm header beyond Dean Henderson. Number crunchers make that 66 goals in 4 seasons from dead ball restarts since set-piece coach Nicolas Jova joined the Arsenal payroll. It was the Polish centre-back's first goal since February 2024, and Kiwior's form has been a revelation since Gabriel was ruled out for the season. If the portents for Palace, who have a Wembley date with Aston Villa in 48 hours, were ominous, to their credit, they refused to come quietly. Since Granit Xhaka's monumental strop in the dying days of Unai Emery's unlamented reign at the Emirates, an aggregate score of 20-4 in the Gunners' favour in the last 6 meetings read like a ransom note. But moments after Rice was a whisker away from making it 2-0 with a rasping 20-yard shot, Palace's spirited response yielded an equaliser after 27 minutes. Eberechi Eze's acrobatic volley from Adam Wharton's corner bounced through a crowd of players and in off the post beyond David Raya's despairing sprawl. Oliver Glazer's progressive side were undone again 3 minutes before the break, Leandro Trossard taking Jurriën Timber's crisp pass in his stride and threading his 4th goal in as many games just inside Henderson's left-hand post. But the indefatigable Eagles came back for more after the break, Raya expertly parrying Mark Guehi's effort before substitute Ismaila Sarr somehow missed an open goal from 3 yards by failing to connect properly with a simple header. At the other end, Gabriel Martinelli's goal was correctly ruled out after an interminable VAR séance before William Saliba's slapdash pass presented Mateta, who had only been on the pitch 2 minutes, with a gift 30 yards out. The Palace sub lifted his finish exquisitely over the stranded Raya, and on Merseyside the champagne was ready to blow, but a record-equalling 20th title will have to wait until Sunday. Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta has revealed there is a chance Bukayo Saka will feature against Crystal Palace. The Gunners star suffered an injury scare during the North London side's win over Ipswich Town at the weekend. Saka suffered a rash challenge from fullback Leif Davis, who was given a straight red card by referee Chris Kavanagh. The Tractor Boys ace raked a stomp down the back of the Arsenal talisman's leg 32 minutes. The winger was able to continue but was replaced soon into the second period and was seen applying ice to his ankle soon after. Nevertheless, Arteta is confident the issue is not serious heading into the game against Crystal Palace, with Paris Saint-Germain soon to follow in the Champions League. The Spaniard even reckons Saka, if they desired, could feature at the Emirates on Wednesday night if required. We have to wait and see how he reacts after the session. But it's nothing too serious, said Arteta. If we want to, there's a good chance he can play tomorrow. He was giving good signs that he can impact the game, Arteta added on Saka's earlier return from a hamstring injury. After those months, it is a credit to him. The Gunners do have other injury concerns, however. Midfielder Jorginho and defender Riccardo Calafiori are set to miss the game. Arteta suggested the former may not play again before the season is complete. The Italian suffered a rib injury against Brentford. "I am not certain he plays again this season," said the ex-Arsenal midfielder. "We will have to see. I am not talking about any dates." It was a quite scary situation. The good news is he is recovering and he is better. Calafiori has not played since before the last international break and is still managing his issue and taking preventative action so as not to suffer a repeat of the issue. "There is an impact injury and a twist," Arteta explained. "He is managing it and how to be on top of certain situations and how to prevent them." Despite the club's injury issues, Arteta does not feel he is able to rest players against Crystal Palace to ensure Arsenal arrive primed to take on PSG. "We cannot think in those terms," Arteta said. "If the players are fit and they are ready to play, then they have to play. Physically they are good, and emotionally they are good." Arsenal players will be in a good mood after they postponed Liverpool's title celebrations for a little while longer, but they'll need to keep that up by beating Crystal Palace on Wednesday night. The Gunners thrashed Ipswich 4-0 to make sure Arne Slot's men were kept waiting for their coronation, but defeat to the Eagles at the Emirates will see them crowned champions for the first time since 2020. It's been a difficult title run for Arsenal after slipping 13 points behind the Reds, but they are hoping to finish the campaign in style by winning the Champions League after their famous win over Real Madrid in the quarter-finals last week. This week's game against Palace is their final league match before their crucial Champions League semi-final against Paris Saint-Germain on April 29th, and Arteta will be desperate to avoid any more fitness problems or setbacks before the game. Here, Mirror Football rounds up all the biggest Arsenal news and rumours ahead of their game against Palace. Arsenal star Ethan Nwaneri has been one of the club's breakout stars this season after rising to prominence at the age of just 18, and he is being tipped to have an incredible career at the Emirates. Nwaneri has played a key role for Arsenal and stepped up during a difficult time when the club was struggling with injuries. He was amongst the goals against Ipswich this weekend and now has a tally of 9 goals and 2 assists in all competitions. He's not the only teenager who has impressed after being given a chance in the first team this season. Miles Lewis-Skelly has also emerged to become the first choice left-back in the team, and his incredible displays have seen him earn his England debut and become part of the team that beat Madrid across both legs. Of course, for 2 players so young, they will both need to be nurtured and given the right guidance, and Nwaneri has revealed that Declan Rice and Bukayo Saka have both been given them advice as their main mentors at the club. "Declan and Bukayo, that's the 2 who are very close to us," he said. "They help us out, they keep us grounded, they lift us up when we need it as well. They've been brilliant with us. It's mainly just personal stuff like how they dealt with things when they were first coming up and how they dealt with the pressure and maybe when they didn't play well or when they did do well and just managing that." Regardless of how this season ends, Arsenal will be desperate to add a new forward to their squad this season after an injury crisis saw Gabriel Jesus and Kai Havertz ruled out for the rest of the campaign. Arsenal's struggles to keep up with Liverpool have been down to their lack of goals, compared with the Reds, who have seen Mohamed Salah fire in 27 strikes. The Gunners have been linked with a number of names, including Ollie Watkins, Alexander Isak and Benjamin Sesko, but former Arsenal man Julio Baptista believes Arteta should consider snapping up Wolves star Matheus Cunha. The Brazilian has impressed at Molineux with 16 goals in all competitions, and while he signed a new deal in January, it is believed he has a release clause of around £62.5 million and has openly admitted he wants to leave this summer. People talk about Matheus Cunha, the Brazilian. He's done incredible stuff at Wolves, so maybe he's the player that Arsenal need, Baptista told footitalia.com. Arsenal need to take a look at him, I think. Cunha should definitely be on their shortlist. He has performed brilliantly in a team that has found life difficult at times this season. So you would think that at Arsenal he would score even more goals, given the chances that they create and the way they dominate most games. He would also be playing with better players. Declan Rice has revealed he was gifted a signed guitar from pop superstar Ed Sheeran after the Shape of You hitmaker congratulated him on his 2 sensational free kicks against Real Madrid earlier this month. The England midfielder showed off the gift on Instagram with a message that read, "Declan, you play this next time I see you, we'll have a sing-song. P.S. Killer free kicks." Sheeran sent Rice the guitar, despite the fact his Arsenal side beat the singer's beloved Ipswich on Sunday, but the pair have a friendship that dates back to Euro 2020. Captain Harry Kane invited Sheeran into the camp to perform with the midfielder as a punishment for being late to a meeting. "I was late for a meeting and they said, 'You've got to sing.' I said, 'No chance, I'm not singing, I'll do anything but sing.' They were all cracking up. Then they went quiet on it. Then Harry Kane organised for Ed to come in and see the lads and have a bit of a chill night, and he's gone, 'You've got to get up now and sing.' I thought, what, in front of everyone?" So we're sat outside on benches and Ed was just playing his guitar and I'm singing Wonderwall. Kids of fame Ethan Nwaneri and Miles Lewis-Skelly are being mentored by Arsenal's top guns Declan Rice and Bukayo Saka. At 18, the academy graduates could become Champions League winners next month. But it's no surprise to Nwaneri that they are driving the Gunners' young generation towards glory. The Quicksilver forward and England left-back Lewis-Skelly have forged a double act through the age groups at Arsenal, just as Rice and Mason Mount were once inseparable contemporaries as schoolboys at Chelsea. After scoring his 9th goal of the season in the 4-0 rout of doomed Ipswich, Nwaneri revealed, "This is what we've spoken about since we were young, breaking in the team together. We've just had our eyes on that vision and the fact that we've been able to do it. It's amazing. Declan and Bukayo, that's the 2 who are very close to us. They help us out. They keep us grounded. They lift us up when we need it as well. They've been brilliant with us. It's mainly just personal stuff like how they dealt with things when they were first coming up, and how they dealt with the pressure, and maybe when they didn't play well, or when they did do well, and just managing that. At some clubs, a dressing room of big beasts can be a daunting prospect for teenagers breaking through into the first team if they are perceived as a threat to established senior professionals. But Nwaneri and Lewis-Skelly have had no hang-ups since they were fast-tracked into the first team group at the Emirates. Nwaneri, who became the youngest Premier League player in history when he made his debut against Brentford aged just 15 years and 181 days back in 2022, said, "That's testament to the way that the players treat us. They treat us like we're men, ever since we first came in. They've treated us well, like we're part of the team. So that's just how we feel now." I wouldn't say I was nervous at first, but there was a different pressure that I was feeling, and I think I saw that was a good thing, that it shows I care, that I'm feeling these things. I was fine with all that sort of stuff. I'm not surprised because this is what I've envisioned in my head. This is what I always wanted to do. So, it's no surprise I've achieved it. Me and Miles, we talk every second of every day. We're always just talking about everything. We look back on the old times, we look into the future. It's everything. We've got loads of photos of us two from young, loads of pictures and videos of us together. We've been pushing each other since we were young. One person will start playing up a level. Then the next will start playing up. One person will start scoring. Then the next will start scoring. That's just how me and him work. It's not competitive, but we kind of raise each other's standards, and that's so good to have as a friend. It's been tough for me adapting to a new position on the right wing, but that's part of football. If the manager asks you to play somewhere else, you have to do it to the highest level. It's been up and down, but I've enjoyed the challenge, definitely. Naturally, I've always been a number 10. I've played as a number 10 my whole life, but I can play as a striker as well. Right wing is a new one for me. But now I've liked the challenge of a new position, and I can play anywhere the team needs me. It's been so crazy, but this is what the manager wants. He's had this vision in his head of us. He wants us to win everything, and he's bringing us to that level, and we're getting closer and closer every week.